On December 11, JPMorgan did something that Wall Street never does. They issued 50 million in corporate debt on Solana, and it's a public blockchain. They are not considered their private network or Ethereum or anything, but on Solana. Franklin Templeton and Coinbase just bought it. Everything just settled in seconds using USD stablecoins. This raises a big question here. Can Solana actually handle Wall Street? Because JP Morgan is testing that already and all other banks are watching closely. Today, let's find out does Solana can handle this bigly. And we are using real data, not any market hypes that roaming around the crypto industry. As some of you guys know, Solana can now handle around 65k transactions per second. Some developers have just tested around 100k TPS on experiments. To put that in a perspective, Visa, the credit card company, handles around 65 transactions per second at peak, and Bitcoin is about around 7 transactions per second, and Ethereum is around 20 to 30 transactions per second. So on paper, Solana can crash all of them right now. But here is the thing, what they are promising and what actually happens are different. It's like a car that say it can go 200 miles per hour, but in real traffic you only do around 60. Solana in real world right now handle around 2000 to 4500 TPS, not 65k, just 2k around. Why this huge difference? That's what we are figuring out here. To understand the Solana limits, you need to think of it like a pizza restaurant. The network has 3 parts, they all need to work together. At first, you have the kitchen, that's the Solana blockchain, and the chef, that means in the Solana perspective, it's a validators. So the chef can make pizza really fast, and that is around 400 milliseconds per pizza. That's super fast. They can theoretically make around 65k pizza per second. The kitchen will work great here without any problem. But then you have a call system where customers will call for the pizza orders. In Solana, this we will call RPC, like remote procedure calls, part where the problems will happen. The kitchen can make around 65k pizza per second, but the phone system can only take around 2k to 4.5k orders per second, and this is the bottleneck here. Your pizza kitchen is amazing, but if people can't call in the orders, what's the point here? And finally, there is a delivery system where pizza get delivered to the houses. In Solana, we will call this as a settlements, that like confirming the transactions. This part will work actually really well here. Once your orders goes through, it arrives in seconds, not in a days. In traditional finance, it takes around 2 to 3 days to settle a stock trade, but Solana do in 12 seconds. So the Solana's problem is not the kitchen, it's the phone system, the RPC layer that talks to the apps. During the high traffic, apps experience lag. It will take around 500 milliseconds to 2+ seconds in delay. The blockchain is fast here, but getting the TO, the blockchain is slow. So let's get back to JP Morgan's 50 million deal in December. This was a real test. They really issued a commercial paper, basically a short-term loan that Galaxy Digital borrowed around 50 million, and Coinbase and Franklin Templeton lent the money, and everything happened on Solana, settled in USDC. For a single transaction of 50 million, Solana worked perfectly, fast, cheap and transparent. But here is the key question. Can it handle thousands of this at once? Because Wall Street doesn't do one trade at a time. If you look into the Nasdaq, it will process around 300k messages per second during market hours. Even though it's just a message, not a transactions, but still this is the scale happening to the Wall Street. Right now, Solana can handle around 2000 to 4.5k transactions per second, and JP Morgan's deal was probably around 1 to 5 transactions deal, and this is super easy. But if 100 companies want to issue the debt at the same time, if the thousands of traders are buying and selling tokenized stocks at the same, that's the stresses that Solana haven't faced yet. Scott Lucas, the JP Morgan's crypto head, called this is an experiment. He said that they want to experiment how large markets could move on-chain. Notice, you need to notice here, they are just testing, not committing right now. Franklin Templeton said that transactions are transacting in a big way, but 150 million deal is not exactly Wall Street's scale right now. Okay, so current Solana has the limits, but here is a major update coming on the Solana that's called Firedancers. Think of it like this, Solana is currently run on a software written in one programming language. Firedancer is the same Solana, but rewritten from the scratch in a faster languages, like rebuilding your entire pizza restaurant phone system with fiber optical cables. The current TPS is around 2000 to 4.5k in real world, But Firedancer is testing around 600k TPS right now. Some tests just hit around 1.2 million TPS. This is not a small upgrade. This is like 100 to 300 times faster. Firedancer is being developed by Gem Trading, a high-frequency trading firm. They know the speed and it's their old business. And it's being tested on the testnet right now, but it's not live on mainnet yet, and most of the people are expecting it sometime around 2026 itself. When this happens, Solana could legitimately compete with the Visa and Nasdaq. But remember our pizza story here. Firedancer will fixes the kitchen, make the chefs even faster, but the phone system, the bottleneck, that's a separate problem. Faster blockchain doesn't automatically means faster access. Apps and wallets still need to upgrade their infrastructure. So the real question here is that can Solana handle the 50 million debt issuance? It's absolutely possible. Can it handle tokenized treasury bills? Yes, it's doing that right now. Can it handle few hundred daily transactions for institutional trades? Yes, that's possible. Can it handle Nasdaq level message traffic? Not yet. Nasdaq is around 300k messages per second. Solana's TPS is around 2k to 4.5k. That's a 100x gap right now. Until the Firedancer launches and RPC infrastructure upgrades, high-frequency trade won't fully move into Solana. If you look into the timeline, in 2026, Solana can handle small to medium level institutional deals like debt issuance, tokenized funds, and settlements for specific assets kind of stuffs. But in 2027 to 2028, if Firedancer launches, it could handle high-frequency trading and Visa scale payments. But the technology is really close here. Infrastructure need to catch up with the technology. Solana won't replace Wall Street overnight, but it can complement it. JPMorgan is not abandoning the traditional systems. They are adding Solana as another tool. It's for the speed and for the transparency and for 24/7 trading. That's the realistic future we are going to see. You need to remember the pizza story here one more time. Solana's kitchen is blockchain and it can make 65,000 pizzas per second. The phone system, the RPC, can only handle 2k to 4.5k orders. That's the bottleneck. Firedancers will make the kitchen even faster, but someone still need to upgrade the phones here. If you are investing in Solana or using it, knowing that it's not ready for everything, but is ready for more than most people think, like the real banks are using it, real institutions are testing it, that's farther than any other blockchain like Ethereum. The question is not the Solana can handle Wall Street tomorrow. It is, can Solana act as one other platform that Wall Street uses? The answer to that is yes, it's already happening. If this breakdown helped you with Solana's real limits with simple stories, subscribe right now. We will explain complicated crypto stuff in ways anyone can understand. Not a jargon, just real data and simple stories. Thank you for watching.